Dave,
John,
Shane,
Chad,
these sci-fi guys.
Yes, we are the Sci-Fi Guys. I am Dave, and with me is Chad.
Hey guys.
And Shane.
good evening, everybody.
Yeah, it's been a interesting week. We were just texting John. We're like, John, are you coming on? And he's like, oops, I forgot. And because he already had a bunch of other stuff going on at his church, so he's like, I'm so sorry, guys. So he's like, y'all go on without me. So he's not leaving us. It's been a lot. It's been a crazy couple of weeks.
What? We didn't perform a Travis Spoken thing. Travis Spoken.
Yeah, he has not been voted off the island. So, but you'll notice behind me, I am not in my room. I'm actually using a virtual, which I don't care for normally, but I'm here. I'm in another state. Actually, we're on vacation, and but we gotta have our pod. We can't miss. Plus,
That's right.
we gave you all a sneak peek because all of us, the three of us anyway, we went and we watched The Mandalorian and Grogu. That
Yes.
was the sneak peek we gave you. That's the movie we watched this week, and that's what we're going to be discussing today. Oh, yeah. My iPad is dinging. I did not realize the volume was up on it. Anyway.
This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way. Yes, it is.
You know,
All right.
the funniest thing is you didn't hear that saying in this movie. Well, I don't
Didn't?
remember hearing.
That's interesting.
I don't remember. You're right. I don't remember.
I don't think you did.
No.
did.
But you think it was just him. It was no other Mandalorians in there.
True.
Right. But okay. So at the end of the series, they basically took out what was left of the Imperial Remnant, or a little bit of that, and then he made peace with the New Republic,
Yeah.
Is it called New Republic? I mean, in the book it was New Republic, so I don't know.
It was still the New Republic because it was
still New Republic. Okay. Yeah. So. Okay. So, plot summary. Okay. I have no idea because I don't know who was officially the one that picked this. So,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Let's just see if we can find one real quick. Great. Mandalorian. Grogu. Grogu. There we go.
Man.
Okay, here we go. Bounty hunter Din Djarin and his apprentice Grogu are enlisted by the New Republic to capture rogue Imperial warlords. To locate an elusive target, they are forced to rescue Jabba the Hutt's son from a rigged gladiator tournament, facing assassination attempts and crime syndicates along the way. There you go. There's your plot summary.
That works. Plot summary.
So, what'd y'all think of this movie? I mean, let's just get into the meat of it. This is totally unscripted. We don't ask questions on this part. We're just like, what'd you think? Good, bad, indifferent, everything. And go.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was well done. I thought the storyline was really good. I thought the pace of it was pretty good. There were a few times where it was a little slow, I felt like, but I think overall, as far as action, comedy, storyline, I think it was really good. I think the music was very, very good, and I'll get into that a little later. But I think it was a good movie overall. Solid.
Yeah, very, very solid storyline in this, and it wasn't too. It was slower in one part, but then it was, to be told, it was better than the 3 that shall not be named. So,
yeah, I was going to mention that. I was going to say of the Disney movies, and I'm including Solo in there too.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
It's probably Rogue
a little
One was
light.
a good movie.
Rogue One, I think, was still better, but it's
I
still
think Rogue One was still better. This was a good movie.
yes,
Yeah.
Compared to the other ones, which were most of them were hot garbage or just recycling of old ideas. And Solo, we haven't even done Solo yet, but Solo is just basically, hey, here's how he got his name. Here's how he got his pants. Here's how he got this. Here's how he got the Millennium Falcon. Here's how, I mean, it was a whole story of that, you know, and it's like, okay, that I could see if you would have done one thing maybe, but on and on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
I thought there were parts of this that I really enjoyed. Other parts I was just like, I was scratching. I mean, Sigourney Weaver, really? I mean, she is the epitome of science fiction movies. I mean, she was in Avatar. She was good in Avatar. She was good in, obviously, in all the Alien franchises. Yeah. She was good in so many things. And this was almost like, I just need a paycheck. You know? I mean,
See that she was put in kind of for that star power kind of effect, you know.
She was in this series when the very end, tail end, I think.
Yeah, I honestly don't remember the last season.
Yeah,
that much. I mean, I vaguely remember it, but of course my brain goes, you know, after a while.
Could be wrong.
So much of it can be in
it's
there.
Just, but star power. But it was
I thought that part of it to me was just like, it was underwhelming. Mm-hmm. You know, because this movie has been hyped for so long, you know, that you're like, okay, this is the next coming of, this is going to be the greatest thing ever. And okay, let me throw this out there. This is one thing I didn't like, right? I do remember the part where Luke Skywalker meets with Grogu and basically says, you need to make a choice of what you want to do. What do you want to maintain and learn to be a Jedi, learn your force powers, or do you want to be a bounty hunter with Mando? Mm-hmm. And he made the choice to go with Mando. Mm-hmm. But yet all throughout this movie, he's using force powers constantly, you know, and it's like,
he is.
Okay, I thought the whole point was you were choosing to not do force stuff because you wanted to be with your dad. Yeah. I guess you could say, you know, he's not going to have the same daddy issues that Luke had, you know?
Yeah. Well, I wonder if the choice was more about, you know, not necessarily using or not using your force powers, but developing your force powers. Like if you were going to train as a Jedi, it would be even more than what you naturally have, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Speculation.
I mean,
it could be. I just, to me, it just kind of, you know, it almost seemed like it was a crutch. It was a really easy way to, well, this thing has happened and Grogu is so small, so he's going to use force powers. Oh, he's going to use force powers. You know, I mean, I didn't see really much other than the one part where you saw him strapping this stuff on, you know, and put the grenades in his belt and all that. That was the only part of being a bounty hunter type or even learning anything from Mando. And it's like, and he puts them on and then he never really uses, he uses one little thing and then that's about it. It's like, okay, that's it, you know? So again, it's minute, but it's still there to me.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with Luke gave him the choice, hey, either this or go with Mando. And he went with Mando. I mean, towards it, who you see, but it's always, the force is always going to be with Grogu. He's going to keep developing the force on his own, and it's without teachers.
Yeah.
And I think this is one of the issues where they had to figure out how to utilize Grogu, or what can he do to help Mando. but that's just Braden trying to. But I agree. It's either he need. I wish you saw more at the end where he's strapping stuff on and using the Mandalorian style, so that just the Force, using the Force to unlock a door or do this or.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
the
I
movie
mean,
was great.
it was still an enjoyable movie. It really was. I mean, I can't fault them for that. What I fault them for is all of the. Well, I'll get into that later. One thing I did enjoy is, so many times you have movies where you have this character is here, and then you have this character here, and then they do stuff with this character, then it goes away, then you're doing stuff with this character, and then it goes back and forth, to keep that tension built and all that. You had no other characters.
Mhm.
It was just Mando and Grogu, until they split up for a little bit, when he went back and then Grogu basically took care of him.
Mhm.
He was still
Yeah.
there, but
Yeah.
he was just incapacitated. So
Talking about taking care of them, I mean, what did that swamp light remind you all of? What?
oh yeah, it looked like Dagobah a little bit,
Mhm.
almost.
It did.
We'll get in.
You're getting
There's
into
going to
that.
be more. There's going to be more of that in my fixing, but
But here, did you know that if you look, I know in the Phantom Menace and there's other stuff out there where Jabba had two sons. This was not the only one. You had another one that was you saw him in, especially in the comics.
I don't remember that. I mean, I've read the books. I haven't read all of the comics, so I can't say onto that. One thing I will say though is he had some guns on him, didn't he?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
then
He did for sure.
seeing the way he fought, I mean, I thought that was a unique style of fighting. Brawling, I guess would be a better word for it. Being as large as you are, most of the time, they do it through because they have the money
Others.
and they can go ahead and hire
Yeah.
people to do this and hire people to do that. And but this way, I mean, he was actually in the ring, and I did enjoy that part a lot. I thought that was
Me too.
really good. Seeing a different side of the Hutts.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That part I did. I think that was a unique twist on how they could make him be an heir to under Jabba, but he didn't want anything to do with the crime syndicate at all.
Yeah.
He didn't want nothing to do with it. He said, I'm finally up from my father's shadow. Look at me, how good I got one more fight. I'll earn my freedom. I can at least earn money, keep fighting. He wanted to stay there.
Yeah. Well, it
Yeah.
shows that not all of the Hutts are the same. Not everybody's the same as a Jabba or the twins or something.
Which
like
I think
that.
Clone Wars kind of. When I watched the Clone Wars, it still made it look like all the Hutts were bad. Even then, it
Yeah.
still seemed like they're like oh, they're this or they're that or and this show definitely, I say show, this movie put it in a different light, really, and it was refreshing to see something different. I was not a fan of getting another Razor Crest. To give him something else, honestly, I mean, yeah, but what are the chances that they're going to find this particular ship that he had before, in the premiere, how they built it back up, and then, there's so many different ships in Star Wars, it could have been a different freighter or something, just to give it a little different feel. I think would have been really fun to be with, . So, I mean, again, that's
But I think he started off the series with Razor Crest and Law, and got destroyed, and he ended up with one of those Naboo fighters.
Yeah, one of the new Naboo fighters, which we saw in the movie for a total of 2 seconds. He was
You
at
saw
his-
it, but
which I was glad. I mean, but I'm like, how did he get it back there? You know, again, those are the things that I ask. How did he get it there? I assume he flew that to the base to get them, you know, and then to the
remember,
rebel base, or
no, I think they
New
probably picked him
Republic
up.
base. Maybe. I mean, but
It was sitting there, and with the Razor Crest, I'm assuming that's how I guess the Zach came and picked him up in the transport from the New Republic.
yeah. Although Zach, that
Not
wasn't
Zach,
his name.
but Zeb. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Zeb. Yeah.
Zeb.
Zeb was a major character in Rebels
Mm-hmm.
cartoon series. Really good. I wasn't sure I was going to like that series at first at all. And then I started watching, and then towards the middle of the season 1, I was like, this actually is pretty good. You know, it was kind of the cross between Clone Wars feeding us into Rogue One.
So, yeah, even into Ahsoka, if you at least get the characters.
Yeah, you get the characters, right. Yeah. Ahsoka's one of those ones that I'm like, I don't know what they were thinking of, honestly. Yeah. Because she was such a cool character, as just a little piece here, little piece there, and then I don't know, that show just it rubbed me wrong. It just, I don't know. I don't want to pick on this thing too badly. What else did I want to say? Special effects, I mean, top notch. I could tell you some of the things though that I really were kind of weird when he took out the 3 AT-ATs
Mhm.
and then going down the mountain with the little runny thing. You know, that thing would have flipped way
Oh
longer
yeah. Oh yeah.
before that.
Oh
you
yeah.
know.
Now visually, it was
Granted,
really cool. It was really
Visually it was cool, but you know, the laws of physics still,
Right.
if you've got a gravity, law of physics are going to be the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very true.
And-
Very true.
And some of that, those are the things that just kind of, I guess, rubbed me wrong. I mean, the movie itself was pretty fun. I was wondering if they were going to have him take off his helmet. I really was. And I'm kind of glad they did, just for that one little spot when he took it off, just because it well, what's his name? The Jabba's son. What is it? Rodan?
Something Roden.
Rodent.
Son
Yeah.
Rodan, yeah. He never saw him with his mask off.
No.
Just
he didn't.
the other two Hutts did, and guess what? They're now gone.
Well, you remember he says, "Oh, unless the other one in this room is dead."
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I know. I sound like I'm down about this movie, but I'm not. I just it was overhyped. I guess
yeah,
is the biggest part, I would say.
I think I agree. It was very overhyped for what it is.
Yeah.
It was a great movie, great storyline, great, very good. We're promising where, hey, maybe the leadership now is seeing, hey, we don't need to do what the last 3 movies, the no one's knows to not be named. I know it's always going to, what I'm going to say it because it's,
Well,
to me,
I've read that they're talking about making those movies not part of canon anymore.
Mm.
I've actually read that.
I'll vote for it. Who seconds?
And I'm like, you know, if they do that, that might mean they bring Legends back, and then Legends are actually canon again.
Yeah.
So that would be fantastic because that's so much better storytelling. again, Disney has all the money in the world,
Oh yeah.
other than Elon Musk. Who did you guys see what happened with SpaceX today?
No.
SpaceX went public
Public?
yesterday. Literally, it went public yesterday.
Okay.
They originally were selling shares at $157 a share or something like that. Overnight, it jumped to like $175 a share.
Wow.
And Elon Musk is the first ever trillionaire.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I was like, oh man, I would have loved if I would have bought some. Had I known about it yesterday, I would have bought some just to be on the ground floor. I mean, couldn't afford a lot of it, but still just to have some of that stock, because I'm like, I love all, science fiction and all that, and space exploration. I thought it was great that all these people, NASA wasn't ever going back to the moon or going to anywhere for the longest time until SpaceX said, oh, hey, I can do it. And then
we'll do it.
We went up. And then Amazon, Bezos, he went up and did one. So then now NASA's like, yeah, I guess we need to keep doing this.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and rate this movie. All right, this is the part of the show where we're going to rate this movie on a scale of 0 to 5 lightsabers. Normally, whoever picks this movie out goes first. So we're going to rock, paper, scissors it. Okay, ready? Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. We all did.
Everybody did rock. All right, you can't pick rock. Yeah, here we go.
Can't pick rock. Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
No, you can pick rock.
I'm just kidding.
Shay's gonna go rock.
I didn't say I'm gonna do anything. All right.
Okay, ready? One more time. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
All right, I got.
You
paper.
both beat me, so it's between the two of you to go first.
Between us, Chad, you can go. Chad, you can go.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Shoot. Dadgummit.
Both did scissors. Go again.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
They both did rock.
Okay, I'll just go. How about
go,
this?
Shane.
I'll just go. So again, I think it was a good movie. I think it was very good storyline. I will mention also, when you're talking about the music, I think that the theme for this movie is so iconic. Very much kind of a Western feel, kind of gunslinger kind of feel, really fun. I think they did a really, really good job with that. But I think were there some were there some plot holes and things like that, some things we can fix? Yes, absolutely. But I think it was a solid movie. I would definitely go see it again. So I'm going to actually give it a 4.
Okay, Chad, how about you?
I agree with this, Shane, here. The music was great with this, especially following through the series of they didn't want to change it up, going, oh, it's a Star Wars, let's put something else other than what was known from the series. With the special effects, the story, I love. So I agree with Shane. I'm gonna go with a 4 on this.
Well, we're going to make it a clean sweep. I'm going to give it a 4 also. I don't think it was as iconic as, because we did Return of the Jedi earlier this year, and I gave that a 4.5. And of course, we gave Guardians of the Galaxy. I think we all gave them like a 4.5 or a 5 on it. I think Guardians was 5. I don't think it was there with the original trilogy Star Wars. Those 3 were iconic.
I agree.
Honestly, if I was to rank all of them, I would say this is probably number 5 in enjoyment. I would definitely like to go back and see it again, just because I think there was a lot I missed. I know, because there was one part I had to walk out at the very beginning to tell them the curtains were like halfway, and then I was like, "You didn't mention curtains." So they were doing the title scroll. It wasn't the crawl like you do, like the regular Star Wars movies do.
Yeah.
So they were doing
Which was
something
something
there.
different. That was kind of nice too. It was different. It just kind of went straight into the theme.
Yeah, and they did that purposely. They wanted everything to deal with the Skywalker trilogy or the Skywalker saga to have the title crawl. Everything else was not.
Mm-hmm.
I think Solo did not. Also,
I can't remember
right, but I don't remember.
I didn't finish Solo, but I remember at the beginning it was not the original. It wasn't this scroll. It was just.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's ask some questions here. All right. What moral or ethical questions does the film raise about creation, life, or destiny? I can tell you one of the things, at least about life, is that you could tell Mando absolutely loved Grogu. I mean, the things he did, there was so many times where he's like, "No, you need to be safe. We need you to go here, or you need to go ahead and go on with those other guys and get out of here and let me go back." Even though he knew he was not going to make it, he was just trying to do everything he could to make sure Grogu was taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
And from the beginning, you could tell that there was at least the writers had a plan on what was going to happen to Mando. To what is it, Din Djarin? I'm just going to call him Mando. It's easier just to call Mando. I don't think there was a big. Let me take that back. I think there was a stigma for Jabba's son and that's what he was trying to get away from, is that stigma of, hey, all Hutts are bad. All Hutts are doing this. I am not like my father. I am a man of my own, or a creature of my own being. I am not the same person that he is. So I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah. Well, you also saw some big character development in Mando himself. Even when you think about it, at the very beginning, one of the things that he started saying, one of the things he said was just, this is my job. I've got a job to do. I'm going to go do it. Whatever. Didn't really care about who it was or whatever. It's just, I've got a job. They're going to pay me. Whatever. But you saw his arc kind of change as he got to know Jabba's son, and I can never remember his name. But
yeah, then he realized, and then he did what he had to. He was like, "Look, I got the info." You know, when the New Republic was upset with him, they were like, "Well, we had to deal with them," and he's like, "I got you what you wanted. You wanted this warlord. I got you this warlord."
Yeah,
it had nothing to do with them, you know.
See. Yeah.
And then they were like, but then they realized, the New Republic realized, oh, they were feeding both sides, you know, at the whole time, and they were trying their best to. At least the twins were trying to take out Jabba's son.
Right.
Well, I'm going to pull it because I keep forgetting his name.
It's if you gotta think, it's a lot of even Jabba's son. I think. Oh, now you got me forgetting it.
Rada.
Yeah.
Rada is like they always was mean to me when I was growing up. They didn't protect me. Is the only was I was protected because I was Jabba was still alive at the time when he was a kid. Mm-hmm. So they sent him into exile, sent him over there and gave it to. Put him in the cage, and how you had it worked out, he's not coming out alive. That there was just all a ploy for the twins trying to get power. Hey, figure where the New Republic is at, and maybe take care of something else. But
Mhm.
Rada, like, hey, I know who that is, and you just left them. Like, the twins are playing y'all, and yeah, you see the arch of Mando, Rada, even Grogu in this, where he's like, oh, what can I do? He took care of Mando while he didn't know what was going on with him. So if you look at it, he used force heal. Like, you watched them do it. So that was one of the things that the moral really was look at it is he's there, and I especially like the lizard. Since I was sitting on the bayou of
I know. I whenever I was listening when that lizard was talking, I think I leaned over to Shane. I was like, "Dude, is that
no,
the guy that was that the character that did Mace Windu? You know, was that?
Yeah.
No.
I can't think of his name now off the top of my head.
Samuel L.
Samuel L.
Okay.
Jackson. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, because it sounded so much
It
like
did.
him, so I was like, "Was that him?" No,
He was
wouldn't do
actually,
that, would they? What, the lizard guy?
The lizard guy. Hold on, I sent the name to y'all.
Was it the no Anzillians? I'm just looking. Local leader.
Stephen McKinley plays that person. He was actually I think he played something else in Star Wars. I can't remember what he did.
Stephen McKinley Henderson.
Yeah.
Yeah, there he is right there.
So
I'll click on it and see if he was in anything else.
I think he was. I mean, I know the actor, so.
Oh, gosh,
he also was
now
in
that I see
Dune.
the actor,
He was in
he
Dune.
he was in Civil War. I'm looking on IMDb to because I remember him from that.
What about Rogue One?
Well, he was in Dune. He was the human computer in Dune.
Yeah.
Let's see here. No. That must have been what we're thinking of, because I don't see any other Star Wars or anything.
Yeah.
Blue Bloods. He was in The Romans, American Masters, Manchester by Sea, The Resident, Strangers, Fear the Walking Dead, Debs, Dune Part 1. Yeah, Civil War. I loved him in Civil War. He was great. Yeah, no, I don't see anything else that he was in.
But so
yeah. All right, let me go to the next question. All right, how do characters express faith in themselves, in others, or in something beyond? I think we kind of touched on it a lot with Grogu, especially.
Mm-hmm.
Grogu, but you saw it in Mando with
their connection together.
Yeah.
I mean, their whole where they trusted each other. I mean, one thing I did like at the end, especially when he sat him up in the seat and he's like, "Okay, you get to push the buttons," because he realized, okay, I've been protecting him, but I haven't been teaching him.
Right.
I haven't been training him like I need to. I need to train him to survive, not just be my son. I mean, that's one of the hardest things that I've had to do. I mean, with my kids is, it's like, all right, hey, Dad, I got a flat tire. I said, okay, well, jack it up, have it pulled off, and then if we need to go, we'll go over there, we'll get it, we'll go take it and get them to replace it. And then boom, and so things like that, where I'm teaching them, where I had to teach them, here's how you take a tire off, I mean, that kind of stuff where you do have to teach, you can't just do it for them. It's quicker if I just do it myself, but then they'll never learn,
Exactly.
Then you get some 30 35-year-old who's living in, and who's just playing games all the time and doesn't know how to do anything. So, and I think this movie really did show that the two of them are connected, but they do need to. Mando needs to teach him how, especially when he was trying to teach him, hey, push this button and then he shoot missiles off and stuff. Yeah.
But even the twins, that saying that he told when they first captured, hey, you're going to die and your little one's going to grow up without a father to see. What are you going to think about that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw they knew the faith, the trust, and faith between each other. They knew how to hurt them.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But
Mando
said, no, go with them, leave that. I'll be fine. I'll be right behind y'all. I always showed faith in group.
And when he saw the small ship, he was like, oh yeah, I can't do that. So, his concern at that point was take care of him, let him go and go. And then, not worry about him, but that's not what he's going to do. I mean, it was going to happen. He's
not going to listen. He's going to be right, stay behind and help.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Let us.
Fix it.
Indeed.
All right. Now we're at the part where we're going to fix this movie, series, whatever you want to call it. Some of the things I want to do, I think I'm going to have to go back in the series to fix.
Yeah.
I think I would have liked for Grogu to have gone with Luke.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe have even a throwaway line where Luke looks at Mando and says, he'll be back. He's not going to abandon his family or something like that, and then get the training, because how in the world is he going to learn how to force heal? How in the world is he going to learn how to do some of this other stuff, And I think that would have been a beginning of the movie. You have him coming to picking him up, or something like that. Hey, he's begun his training, or even have him talk, kind of sound like Yoda a little bit, since they're the same species, but just where he was struggling to say things or something like that, just to where he's like, hey, I need to help him, or almost kind of going down that same path that Luke did, where he wanted to leave to take care of his family, to take care of his friends. And I think that would have been maybe slightly, a little bit better, getting us to the point where we were for the two of them, how close they were.
Mm-hmm.
And then having Grogu be able to use his force powers as efficiently as he did.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, again, that's what I would do, something like that. I thought the story itself, I wouldn't change much on the story. Maybe, I don't know. Now that you have the New Republic going in there, blasting at Now Hutta, you just basically said the New Republic has gone to war with the Hutts. So
yep.
I would not have had the New Republic coming in there. I would have had a ragtag bunch of ships, and then they all be bounty hunters or something, or hired mercenaries or something.
That would have been cool.
Well, you got to think.
Or more Mandalorians,
Yeah,
that's what I would say.
Where was Bo-Katan? They remember they at the end they still had all the Empire ships. They didn't give this up.
Something like that. That would have been cool to see. No, I like Shane's idea. Have the Mandalorians and their ships coming in to rescue them. I think that would have been really cool. This is the way.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You remember he left it. It was the last season of Mandalorian. They had Bo-Katan and they had the ships, or did they lose it? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
But
to
But
see.
yeah, have them come in that set and the other set come in and fight.
Yeah, I mean, instead of having the New Republic as the one that's calling them in, you know, or you could have her outside the system. You could have them in there and say, "Okay, he needs our help," and just then boom, all of a sudden you have the all of a sudden then you see all the other Mandalorian ships coming in out of hyperspace, and then boom, going in there. I think that would have been kind of cool. Although wasn't he pushed away from the Mandalorians originally?
Originally, because he took his helmet off.
Because
But
he took
since
his
he
helmet
swam,
off.
but since he swam in the waters at the swam in the waters, he was digging back in.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I think that would be it. I love that idea. I think that would be a great way to, instead of having the New Republic do it, to have them do it. So there you go. Have that way Grogu understands his force powers, and Mandalorian is still part of the Mandalorians.
Yeah,
And then have them, and then even have, that way also you could have a Bo-Katan, coming in for the rescue type deal too. I think that would have been cool. That would have been easily four and a half lightsabers, maybe even 5. Yeah.
Well, here's this. I agree with Dave right there. With Grogu should have stayed with Luke in the series and never should have went back to Mando and learned abilities. And then doing that, believe the New Republic should not be in there. They have too much to worry about trying to handle that and try to get the remnants of the Imperial fleet back, or Imperial.
Yeah.
But
The Imperial remnant.
yeah.
Yeah.
But if you remember if I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, Dave, wasn't there one Mandalorian that was a Jedi? But it was never.
There
Was it?
that was in the Legends comics. I don't remember which one it was. I could have sworn there was one too.
Yeah. But I mean, like I said, it was Legends. It was in the comics. Not you never saw. It just
hold on, keep talking. Yeah, it was Terry Vizsla. He was a Mandalorian Jedi. He was the only Jedi Mandalorian.
yeah. How did he come up with a dark saber?
I don't know. I'm just telling you what I'm reading on
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like
on Wikipedia. Well, dark saber also was something that Disney added.
Mm-hmm.
yep.
Oh, wait. Here we go. We didn't know that the Mandalorians developed a type of lightsaber. That's what the sword was. We didn't. It was one of a kind. Legend tells it was created over 1,000 years ago by Terry Vizsla, the first Mandalorian ever inducted into the Jedi Order. After his passing, the Jedi kept the saber in their temple. That was until members of the House Vizsla snuck in and liberated it. They used the saber to unify the people and strike down those who would oppose them. One time they ruled all of Mandalore with wielding this blade. That's on the dark saber. Huh.
Yeah.
That's on Wikipedia. Did not know that. I remember reading something. I thought there was another one, but I'm thinking of something different. It wasn't a Mandalorian. It was a Tusken Raider. It was a sand person that was a Jedi. That's the one I was thinking of. Well, I think that's it. We've wrapped this show about up. We liked it. We all liked it. We all enjoyed it. John did not see it with us. He did see it because, again, it's been a crazy couple of weeks for him. and he should be back next week, hopefully, Lord willing. But yeah, this was definitely and I wanted to do our show before, so I still have to go back and now and watch those Sci-Fi Guys. I've been waiting to do that one because I didn't want it to influence what I was going to say tonight. So,
Right.
Mac, DT, now I'm going to listen to yours. Yeah. So, anyway, let me give y'all. If you haven't seen it yet, or if you don't have Prime, I'm sorry. If you have Prime, Spider Noir just started. I watched the first episode this morning, and it's the if you go back, we're going to watch it later on this year, but it's the gosh, he is the actor I cannot stand. I cannot think of his name right now. No, because he's always the same character and everything. Anyway, it was the Spider-Man movie that we're doing later on in this year. It's Into the Spider-Verse, and where it has all the different ones from the different genres. You get the pig Spider-Man.
Garfield.
No, it's not Garfield. It's
Holland.
It's cartoon. It's a cartoon.
Oh.
It's a cartoon one. Or CGI. Anyway, that's one we're doing later on. Anyway, Spider Noir is, God, I want to say Nick Nolte, but it's not Nick Nolte. It's I cannot think of his name. He did hold on. There it is, Spider Noir. I am so bad. Nicolas Cage. Yeah, Nicolas Cage.
Oh yeah.
You were way off.
Nick Nolte, Nicolas Cage, whatever. No, they're back. It was definitely and you can see I watched it in black and white because you can watch it in black and white or color. At least on my iPad, it gave me the option of watching it either or. I chose to watch it in black and white because in the cartoon he's in black and white, and so it seems like it's a pretty good premise so far. It's not your typical superhero movie. It's actually he's retired superhero, so it seems pretty interesting. If you got Prime, you might want to check it out. I think there's only like 8 episodes in season 1, and then we'll see what they go from here. So anyway, that's it, everyone. Until next time.
Crash and burn.
These Sci-Fi Guys is an independent broadcast and is not affiliated with this movie or TV series. We would love to hear from you. Please contact us by leaving a comment below or by emailing us TheseSciFiGuys@gmail.com. Like, subscribe, or share this podcast with someone else who enjoys science fiction.
Subscribe or be vaporized.